Hello guys, in this video we are going to learn how to create a drafting template in NX. So first thing is we have to locate the software inside the program file, inside the start menu. Then you have to right click on the software and run that as an administrator. Now this specific step is very important, okay, when it comes to modification of the C drive file, because normally the software doesn't have the access to the root directory, that is the directory in which the software is installed. By running this particular software as an administrator, you will be able to have the access for the root drive. Now once the software is started, we can click on new, and here you can see in drawing I have already created one template called CAD-CAM Galaxy A4. So I'm not going to show you the process of creating a similar A3 template. So here I'm going to select model, and here I'm going to name this particular template to whatever template name I want to define. For this example, let's say I want to define the name as CAD-CAM Galaxy A3. So that is the name I want to define for this current template. Now once the name is defined, the location is something which is also really important. So it by default pointing to the directory where the initial files are installed. So I have to go to this directory, that is C drive Siemens, the version you have installed, in that drafting and in that templates. So here you can notice the drafting template location is properly set. I'll give the proper path in the description below so that you guys can locate this particular template. Now it will vary from PC to PC or from system to system. Once you are done defining the path, you can click OK. And once you click OK, you can see a new model is now started, and now I can click on drafting. Now even though there is a shortcut for drafting, that is Ctrl Shift D, you can also click on that particular shortcut to start drafting. Now if I select use template option, you can see already I have a template called CAD-CAM Galaxy A4. What I'm doing now is I'm using this particular option, select template, and I'm selecting A3 size. I'm keeping all the settings as it is by default, and I'm clicking OK. Now once the sheet is there, it's a blank sheet. So first what we need to do here is we need to hit save in order to save this file and make sure that there is no problem in saving the file, so that you have done the previous steps properly. Now we can go to drafting tools, okay, this particular option, and then we can click on this option called borders and zone. Now here you can explore this command to get more idea about how this command works. Now basically what it's going to do is it's going to add borders, that is numerical values, and zones to this particular file. So I'm just defining some random values here, okay, based on my requirement and based on the set of zones I need. I'm doing some settings related to borders and zones. So what exact trimming marks I need, how exactly I need it. So all those settings I'm doing here, and once the settings are done, I can hit OK to save that particular setting. So my settings are saved, and now you can see this is how the borders are going to look like. So that particular command will help you to create the border and zone. You can also use the default values if you want. You can just hit that particular command and click OK. Now here we also have some sketching related tools using which we can actually create the sketches or any sort of indication which is going to be permanently there on the drafting page. For example, here I want to create a symbol for third angle projection. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually using a bunch of circles and profiles in order to make that particular symbol. Now, sometimes what happens is we are not able to locate certain commands. For example, here I want to use a mirror command, and here we can see the mirror command I was able to locate because I was using it from a long time. So here we also have command search, in which we can type the command if I want, and then the software will automatically list me the set of locations where exactly this command is present, and I can directly click on that particular command to run it directly from there. So you don't really need to know the location. So here I am using single curve selection techniques to select this 3 lines and use to mirror it. Now let's say I don't want this line, so I can simply hide it. Then what I can do is I can give some dimensions to this particular part. So let's say I'm happy with this particular dimension of 10, so I'm not going to change it. But the back portion here, I'm not happy with this 16, so I'm going to make it 20 so that it matches with the circle and it looks properly like a diagram. So make sure it looks proper. Now I want to do some changes to the line. So what I can do is I want to make it look like a center line. So I can click on the line and select this option called edit display. So once I select edit display option, I can now select the particular type of line type I want for that particular line. You can also access edit display by pressing Ctrl J. So by pressing Ctrl J, we can access the same command, and then we can select the line, and then we can do the similar changes. Now I can finish my sketch, and this dimension I don't want to see. So I am just selecting the dimension and hiding the dimension which I don't want to see. So this is how you can create different icons which are, a part of your drawing. Now what we can do next is I want to add some tabular information. So I'm clicking on tabular notes, okay, and I want to place, like, this is, let's say I'm creating a title bar, so I have to make sure that I have to go to alignment tab and I have to select bottom right in the placement, and here we can do some settings related to rows and columns, and I have placed it exactly in the bottom right corner. Now I can select some set of rows if I want, or some set of cells, and then I can right click on the cell and I can say merge, so it will help you to merge the cells. Then if you double click on the cell, you can actually do some modification. Now you can also access settings to this particular table by selecting that particular table, and you will have a pop-up menu related to settings to set the table style. So here I'm selecting this table, and here I'm going for settings. Now here, let's say I want the cell alignment to be middle center, so that all the text are in the middle and in the center vertically inside this particular area. So I'm done with the settings here. Okay, and we have a lot more to do here. So if you want to do some initial setup related to your company, you can do that. And here I'm typing the name of the company. So let's say this is a title block and it will contain the name of my company. Now sometimes the company name also contains some special characters like registered trademark or TM kind of thing. So you can search for the app called Character Map inside your Windows. It is by default installed. Then you can select the icon which you want, and then you can copy that icon, and then you can simply paste it here. So this way you can also get some special characters inside your title block if needed. Now here I am double clicking and entering some values related to the part number, like what all values I need for this particular drawing. So let's say date, part number, mask, drawn by, checked by, revision number, revision date, and also let's say approved by. So all those information I'm going to need. Now what I want to do next is, let's say mask should get automatically updated. So I'm right clicking in the field next to mask and I'm going for import an attribute. Now here inside attribute, I'm going to select show all attributes and I'm going to select on empty. So here it will show all the attributes. Now here we have list of attributes, but I have selected mask from the list. Okay, so you have selected mask. So now if I double click in the cell, it will automatically give me the value for the attribute. Okay, so next time when you import a file here, if it already has a mask, then it will automatically come over here. Now to define this as a title block, I need to go to drafting tools and then I have to select the option called define title block. Then I have to select the title block which I have already created to make sure it is used as a title block. Then what I have to do next is I have to lock certain cells which I'm not going to modify very often. For example, the date, the title, we can say all those informations I'm going to lock so that no one can modify those information. So basically these are the cells in which the value is written, not the value, we can say the initials are written. Now the cell next to date, okay, that date should come. So here I am typing the labels, we can say. So in front of date, date should come. In front of mask, in front of part number to come. In front of mask, nothing will come because mask will get automatically updated. And similar for revision number, revision date, and also approved by. So I'm doing the similar changes here. So once this is done, I can hit OK. And now if I double click on the table, now you can notice it is asking me for certain information. So here if I type the date, for example, here I'm randomly typing a date here. So what is going to happen is the label is basically the one which you have defined. So here if I type the label, it will automatically get populated, and if I delete it from there and if I hit enter, it will automatically get removed. So this is how we can create a template first of all. Now I want to use this as a default template. The first thing you are going to do is you are going to save this file, okay, and you are going to close NX because the usage of NX is done. Now we have, if you remember, we have saved this file in a particular location. So I'll take you to the location C drive, program files, Siemens NX, then drafting, then templates, and here is the location where we have saved the file. So the name of the saved file is also very important. The previous saved file was A4, which I have already created, okay, before creating this video. So here we have two files which are very important. Okay, so drafting template and sheet template file. So I'm right clicking on that and I'm going to properties and I'm making sure that read only option is not selected. Now I can copy this file to my desktop or whichever location you prefer. Now this is called as the PAX file, okay, which is going to make sure that those templates are visible inside NX. Now I'm right clicking on any one of them and I'm using Notepad to open it. So I'm using open with Notepad. Now here this is how the PAX file is going to look like. Now first thing what I'm going to do is this will already have a list of all the templates which are already there inside the PAX file. Now here I'll search for a A3 template. So the software is already telling me, okay, there is a default software A3 template here, but I'm not going to use this one. So this is the entire template. So the starting and the ending of the template is what I have highlighted. So I'm not going to use this one because this need to have a master model. So I'll scroll down until I find one more entry for A3. So this is the entry which I was looking for. And if you see, the previous entry has this master model information, which I don't want. So I'll go back to the entry which I find. I'll copy this entry. So I'll copy this entry now and I'll go down all the way down, and we can click here, that is the last line, or we can say the second last line, and we can paste the entry which I copied. Now what I want to do here is, first thing we have to look at the number, the previous ID. So the previous ID was D27. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type the new ID, that is D28. This particular step is very important. In the presentation name, between the quotes, we are going to type the name what I want it to display in the presentation name. And here you also have description if you want to modify the description, and also the tooltip. Tooltip is something when you highlight the icon, it will automatically show you what exactly it's referred to. So that is called as tooltip. So if you want to highlight that, you can do that. Now here the important part, the file name. The file should be saved in the similar location where this template is there. And for the file name, what we can do is we can delete the remove the old file name. And this is all I'm doing with the copied entry. I'm not modifying the original one. So I'm copying this particular thing, the file name, and here I'm going to paste it. Now once the file name is updated, we can save this particular file and make sure you have a backup of this before you do so, because that is very important. If you don't have a backup and if you accidentally do some changes which you are not supposed to do, then you will not be able to revert back to the normal position. That is the reason I copied this file to the desktop, so that whatever modification I'm doing is not into the similar file. Now what I'm doing here is I've opened the second file now, and I'm browsing for the same A3 template. Now in this case there is only one A3 template, so I'm copying that one and I'm pasting it here. Make sure it looks uniform and looks similar to the previous one. The previous one was D11, so what I want now is D12 as a ID. And here the only thing you're going to change is the presentation name, the name of the presenter. So here I'm defining the name. Let's say CAD CAM Galaxy is the name what I want to define. A3 is the template size. Name can be anything. You can define the name the way you want. You can also change the description if you want. And here the part name is something very important which will refer to your original part. So I'm removing the old part name, again copying the new one, that is the A3 part name, and pasting it here. Make sure it has .prt extension in the previous case and in the current case as well. Now I'll save this file and close it. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select the two files. I'm going to copy these two files and I'm going to replace those files in the directory. So I'm going to paste it here, and this will actually replace the file in the directory. Now once the files are replaced, I have to make sure that the changes are there. So I'll open it back with Notepad. I'll scroll all the way down and just check whether the changes which I did is there or not. So again, I'll do the same for the second file as well, just to have a check that whether the changes are done or not. Once the changes are done, I can close all the things and I can start NX again. Now this is to verify whether the settings are saved or not. Now once NX is started, I'll click on new and I'll go to start a new drawing file, and we can see over here CAD CAM Galaxy A3 is a part of template now, and I can hit OK to start NX with the default template. And here I can fill in all the information and it will automatically pop up. Now I'll close this file. Let's say I'm opening an existing part file and I'm going for file and then I'm going for drafting. So here again we can see we have used template option, and here previously we were only getting A4, but now we also have A3. So here if I hit OK, we can again get the A3 information and I can hit close. So that's all guys. This is the way you can create the template if you want.